And we're back here at the GSL Team League. We do have, we found out YSC is not here.
Yeah.
Actually really sad news, guys. Apparently he had a collapsed lung.
Yeah, and that's had surgery.
Scary as hell. So he's having surgery, so
can't even
our hearts go out to him. Keep him in your thoughts. We just found that out like a few minutes ago. Somebody informed us. Mm-hmm. And I also found out that it's not the Super Nintendo that you get the glove for. It's the Mario Party.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64. So I was half right.
Well, the map's going to be Toldrum Alter, Zerg versus Protoss. What crazy builds are we going to see out of Inori? And will Curious be able to make enough infestors to kill them all?
We're going to find out because the game is loading. Inori against Curious, Protoss against Zerg. This is going to be pretty tight. Let's see how long Curious can last. And let's see what this new Protoss player on the block has to offer. Here in the, I guess I'll just say the Venus groups that came up on screen at the GSL Team League. In the upper right starting location, representing fOu, Neo FX, if you will, he is
Inori fOu.
Inori. All right, now I know how to say it. Inori fOu.
Yeah, I'm going to be calling him Inori. That's his ID from here on out.
I'm the ptosis. My back's got scoliosis.
Who's that?
StarTale.
It's Curious.
Thank you. I was wondering who it was.
So, as usual on this map, not a lot of different build order options for the Protoss beyond Fast Expand.
He's doing something a little bit weird. His pylon placement is interesting, to say the very least.
It doesn't look like the best pylon placement to me.
Well,
it's pretty far out.
It's definitely some special build here.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, actually, look at that. Looks like he's going to make a forge or a gate.
Yeah,
nope.
It could be.
He sent the probe out and then he turned around. So
yeah, well, I guess, when you scout that there's no pool at this point, you can go Nexus first. So looks like he will go for that. Very interesting placement on that pylon.
Well, it's a bit exposed.
It is. It's like Pylon's Gone Wild, Tastes. It's just out there and everyone can see it. And if he makes roaches, then he's going to be ashamed of it.
Yep.
If he wants to go for the Baneling bust, the Pylon's going to be like, wow, why did I do this? This was a terrible choice.
You're good with metaphors, Artosis.
Thank you.
All right, as you can see, Nexus first. Good read by Artosis, but the spawning pool is on the way. Don't forget, you can entirely wall yourself in when you fast expand. This isn't like StarCraft 1. I know we have people switching over every day, so you can actually just wall yourself in and cancel that out if need be.
Well, Tasteless, if it was the 26th of the month on the right map in the right starting position with a perfect building wall in, yeah, you could wall yourself all the way into StarCraft 1.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
So we have a gateway coming up next here.
Yeah, he'll be throwing down a cannon shortly thereafter and finish that wall off. And probably with a pylon.
Yep, he has the luxury of blocking that off entirely with the pylon.
It makes me a bit scared, though. I mean, pylons are very low health. That's a weak part of the walling.
Well, considering how many Zerglings can surround the surface area of that pylon at the bottom left, that's a bit, it's a bit,
It's a bit,
I guess it works. I wouldn't do it, but you know what? To each his own.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to win.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Tasteless. That's the #1 rule of being a badass.
Yeah. That's why when I go to Chipotle, when they're like, please don't throw out the red basket?
Yeah.
I take the red basket home.
Well, you didn't throw it out, did you?
No, I didn't.
I've actually never been to Chipotle.
What?
I know. It's
whoa, stop the cast.
They don't have them where I'm from.
Stop the cast. You never eaten Chipotle?
Never. I've heard so many good things about it, but they aren't from New Hampshire, man. They don't exist there, and if they do, they didn't when I lived there.
Oh, they had so many Chipotles in Denver.
Yeah, you come from like an interesting, cool place with good food. I come from New Hampshire.
Dude, you got to go to Chipotle, man.
Thank you, I guess.
Fans, let Artosis know on Twitter. He's Artosis that everybody's worried about him. He's not going to Chipotle. He hasn't been there yet. I don't think I've ever met anybody that hasn't been to Chipotle.
About to get flooded.
It's better. It's better than when people try to preach about In-N-Out Burger. I'm like, listen, I don't actually care. In-N-Out Burger's good. It's you overhype it, but Chipotle.
They just opened a Taco Bell near my house.
Oh,
I didn't tell you about this yet. Yeah, in Shinderin.
There's a Taco Bell down there?
Yeah, man.
There's a Taco Bell near my house now.
I know. That's
yeah.
what I'm going to eat after we leave tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Taco
man.
Bell.
You're going to eat that, and then you're going to regret it. You're going to have a stomachache. You're going to be like, oh, I don't feel healthy.
That's
Too bad
true.
it's not Chipotle.
All those things are true. So, in this game, we do have, of course, very standard up to here. The first different thing that we've seen happen is that +1 is being upgraded for Inori. This makes me think he's going to do a +1 Blink Stalker type of build. We will see, though.
Well, considering he's actually caged himself in, the only way he's going to get in or out is with Blink Stalkers.
This is kind of interesting. The fact that he's actually going 3 gates at this timing.
At that part on the map.
And,
okay,
yeah,
he's
now-
actually not afraid to just show this, too.
No, he's not.
This is actually like a follow-up 4-gate.
Yeah, in the meantime, Curious is going 3 gas.
Is this build good?
He's getting his +1 melee, so it looks like we are going to see the Ling Infestor that's so popular on this map and in general right now with Zerg. This is an interesting build that we're seeing right now.
The problem, though, Artos, is it lacks the element of surprise here.
Well, that is certainly true. But you know what? He might be looking at this and saying, you know what? He's going Ling Infestor. This is so common. I'm going to go ahead and get +1 attack and kill him with Zealots because that's going to be so strong against these Zerglings. So he's throwing up that second pylon, powering those gates. And yeah, it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see a time attack with +1 to take out these Zerglings, but realistically, Curious should be throwing up like a lot of Spine Crawlers.
Yeah.
Because, really, well, if your opponent is going +1 Zealots and coming after you when you're actually teching up 2 Infestors, which he is absolutely doing, you can actually laugh at him all day long because he's not going to do anything against your spines, and then you're going to have Infestors. He has all these gateway units that don't really do that much.
He's very committed to this. Looks like he might be cutting probes in a minute here.
Well, he's getting 2 more gates and the Twilight Council. He has that robotics already.
Huh.
You know, this is so metagaming, what we're watching right now, because if he's going like a standard Roach play, then Zealots and Sentries with +1, his opponent's just like, okay. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well,
and Chrono Boost out Blink, yeah.
But Infestors are on the way, 4 of them right now. Pathogen Glands almost done. Timed out just right, getting that second Evolution Chamber. And I'm sure we'll see some new expands from Curious in a little bit.
Now, if Curious doesn't have really good fungals when he's doing this, it could be pretty bad.
Yeah, he's going to have some nice fungals for sure.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully kill off the sentries.
See you in hell, Overlord.
Don't forget me.
Well, we do have an Observer making its way across the map. Jace's +2 is on the way as well. The third base is being made, but it's a hidden third base. That is so risk. Inori just said, you know what? Risk time. It's time to take a risk.
Yep.
And he's making his Nexus in a completely undefendable location.
Oh, nice. Fungled the Observer.
Perfectly done.
The Observer says, don't forget me.
Well, this is really...
You know what's funny? The build started out looking like it's going to be a timing attack, and he's just not attacking.
Yeah,
he's actually got other plans.
He's getting really quick upgrades. He's making a ton of Zealots. Looks like he's going to go for High Templars, probably to use a lot of feedback. It's a smart move, of course. Neural Parasite is being upgraded by Curious, who is taking his third as well. And, you know, I mean, this could end up working if the third base isn't found, but the third base can be taken out so easily by Infestor Ling. So easily. You just throw up Infested Terrans and send your Zerglings, and the base dies, and you're like, okay, thank you.
You're like, oh noes.
Well,
getting more gateways here is our Protoss player. How do I say it, Artosis? Inori? Inori. All right, we're calling him Inori, guys.
His name is Inori. Well, we do have armor being upgraded for Protoss now. It already has +2 attack. The Zerglings are getting their +2 and their +1 armor. Just picking off some extra random units. And, I mean, yeah, he's going High Templar and a lot of Zealots. No charge upgrade yet. More and more gateways are being made. I'm so weirded out by
this build. Go ahead.
The third base especially, because of course, as we all know, you can just expand up to your normal place. So, and of course, then he knows you have it. So the only reason he's expanding to this other place is to hide it. But at the same time, not only is he hiding it, but he's already built a ton of cannons there, and he continues to build cannons. Well, fourth base going up for our Zerg. Spire going up. Hive is on the way. Hydro's down on the way. He's really getting confused as well, as you can see. Kind of getting all this tech and upgrades and just being like, what? We do have a Warp Prism on the way now.
Now that's interesting. I guess he just wants to have a mobile pylon. I don't think it's going to be for
it.
drops. It could be wrong, though. Cancel.
He may want it to harass a little bit as well. Still not getting charged despite a lot of Zealots out. And Curious is super droning up at the moment. He's actually going to jump up to over 90 drones very shortly.
If I can just... I feel like I finally have a conclusion about this Protoss build. I really don't like it.
Okay.
At this point in time.
All right.
I just feel like he's...
Well, he's going so many High Templars. He's actually up to 8 right now.
Huh. Feedback, I guess, on investors. You know, if you're going to hide in a base, you don't want to make a bunch of cannons around it normally because you're not really taking advantage of the fact that it has some weird element of surprise to it, you know? It's just sort of a... I mean, that's at least my philosophy, and I'm not always right, but that's just the way I feel when I look at this. And it looks like we're going to have Broodlords pretty soon here with a Protoss that has never really even touched the middle of the map after the start of the game.
He touched a watchtower with his Zealots and Sentries and went home.
It was like a dare from the other Zealots. He's like, just do it. He ran out there and touched. He was like, oh my god, I did it.
But you got to be careful when you do things like that, as we all know from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
You know what? He was brave. He can swim fine with the little fin. But he was lucky. He was luckier than lucky fOu to actually get out of that.
I never saw Finding Nemo.
Well, I tell you what, man. If you had, this would strike you deep.
Okay. Zerglings think twice. Unfortunately, though, he did end up chasing them towards
and he finds the expand tasteless.
I think it was questionable to try to blink into those Zerglings. I think had he just let the Zealot die.
Well, I think at this point, having that there, he's like, well, that's fine. It doesn't matter if you know about it anymore. And he's just going mass cannons all over the place, man. 6 Broodlords are on the way. Our Zerg player just about maxed out. Protoss maxing out very quickly as well. And he's like playing such a defensive style right now. Getting his robotics bay right now. 17 minutes in with no attacks against someone going Broodlords. Very interesting. There's a lot of energy on these. And here come the High Templar Stasis.
Now, you know, the pure ground army like this can have some problems against the Broodlords.
Oh my god. Those Broodlings flew all the way up and flew back. Anyways, the Zergling's going to take out this expansion, it looks like, but he is coming back to try to save it.
Should get it, though.
Yeah, it should go down easily. They do have that +2 melee attack. Takes out buildings so quickly.
And they're gone. The Zerglings have served their purpose. Now going to do as much damage as they can to these Stalkers.
You know, again, if he had found that earlier, that would have been dead like 100 years ago. Supply 156 for Inori, 190 for Curious. Well, we have 6 High Templars. Looks like this army, 18 Zealots, 17 Stalkers, 2 Archons, and 4 Sentries. Only 50 probes. I don't know what's going on with Inori.
I don't know what this Protoss build is about, but it feels like...
It's about to die is what it's about.
Yeah, it's... You know, it doesn't seem to have a lot of direction. It doesn't seem to have a theme.
If he hits every feedback and Psystorm perfectly, he will crush, but...
Now he's getting Void Rays, but that seems to be such an afterthought.
Yeah, it certainly does.
These Broodlings, like, we thought there was more coming with us.
Thermal Lance has not even been researched. He does have a Colossus out, though. This is a cute little attack.
Yeah, this is really cute.
But we do have a lot of units on the way. Clean this out, and as they blink up...
Where's the storm? God, this is killing me. All right, I guess you will not have that experience.
There's the storm.
There you go.
Well, the Protoss army is in the middle of the map.
If I could just, you know, try to explain this game with interpretive dance, I just scratch my head.
Yeah, it's a difficult one,
you know, the army could potentially hurt Curious's, but...
Well, you know, so much of it is going to come down to spellcasting.
Right.
That's, I mean, if he somehow feedbacks every infestor and then storms everything, he's good to go. But I don't know if that's going to be a realistic possibility here. We do see he is taking out a base of Curious, but at the same time, Curious is taking out one of his bases.
In Neural Parasite here on the Void Ray.
And he's targeting down with this Infested Terrans as well. Nice play there.
Curious has got nice usage of Infested Terrans in general, and I guess we're sort of in an odd base trade scenario where Protoss is just going to lose.
Well, here we go, though. He has a lot of Psy Storms. We'll see how this actually holds up, and feedbacks are coming down, Tasteless. And the Hydralisk Infestor army dies to Mass High Templars. And this base then dies.
I would assume that he's going to turn around now with the Broodlords, just judging from the way the map is positioned. Now remember, Protoss does not have an income. So this is like everything Protoss has. Now Zerg doesn't have much of an income either. But I would, unless I'm mistaken, I would think if he can supplement a ground force here with the Infestors, you'd be in good shape.
Look at this. He has a hidden Nexus with Lings right nearby. There's a hatchery down here as well.
Base is under attack.
Wow.
Now the multitude of Void Rays actually, now that I got that shot of those three, maybe I'm wrong. You know, very weird game, Artosis.
I'm surprised that we had Curious throw away that many Infestors and Hydralisks during that attack. He knew that that was a High Templar-based army, and you want to engage that with like everything.
Away. Yeah.
But instead, he just kind of was out in the front and let the Infestors sit there. Didn't even really try to cast spells that much. I don't know. That was... This has been very strange. Very peculiar indeed.
All right, a good amount of Broodlords. Getting an Overseer with that to make sure he doesn't get spotted. Kind of a ragtag Protoss army here. And Thermal Lance only just now being upgraded. Now, a lot of this will also come down to if the bottom left hidden base is spotted.
Yes.
Because right now Zerg may think he's in a position that he's not in. Where he's like, all right, all I got to do is sit back and relax because this is all Protoss's problem. I'm the one that's getting the bases. He has nothing. And frankly, he should send some Zerglings out and about on the map.
You know, right now we have a Hydralisk, Broodlord, Infestor with a few Corruptors thrown in composition by Zerg. That's a scary army. And I don't know, man. I mean, Psystorm obviously fares well against anything basically in the game. Just a damn good spell, but...
Well, this is also an army that's going to be clumped together very closely. So, you know, with that being said, they will have some nice Psystorms coming here. And, frankly, I feel like Inori is actually doing a better job of surveying the map. He knows where Curious's expansions are and what
he's all over the place.
Okay, he sees it at the bottom left. Okay, we didn't get a shot at it, but Zerg has spotted it. No more of a secret anymore.
And that Void Ray will be taken out unless it does run away.
Run away. That's it. That's all I got to say.
All right. And
wow.
Live. All right.
All right. Thank you, Sarah Kerrigan, for interrupting our cast. So, going up.
Well, I think that he's just looking for a fight now. Curious is like, all right, my army is pretty deathballish. Let's fight.
You know, it's weird because it's these two very different locations on the map, opposite locations that Zerg could attack to. Zerg could try to attack all these production facilities we're getting a shot of, or he could go for the expansion of the bottom left, but Protoss could just circumvent either and just go towards the Zerg's more clumped up expansions in main.
The one thing I do want to say about Inori, first off, he has an insane army composition at this moment. He has Archons, Zealots, Stalkers, okay, whatever, Sentries, pretty good, but a ton of High Templars and a ton of Void Rays. So let's see how this goes. This is all going to be over in seconds.
High Templars in the back, though. A lot of Neural Parasite is going to make this pretty messy. I'm not entirely sure.
That is a lot of spells cast, Tasteless, and it looks like there's another Void Ray,
Yep.
89 supply to 142. That was weird, man. That was an insane clash of armies there. Fungal Growth being the savior of the day.
Well, if you notice, the Templars are too far in the back there. And this army is going to be cleaned up with the final Colossus. Remember me.
Well, it looks like it is going to be over, Tasteless. Twice the supply for Curious right now. Minori continues to try to get some sort of damage in. Strangest play I've seen. He had a great unit composition at the end. And the one thing I do really need to say is his placement of his army at those bottom 2 watch towers. He was kind of zoning out Zerg, saying, okay, you have to run way out of position to actually attack my army.
Yeah.
I'm defending my expand, and if you attack into my main base, I'm going to hit your expansions in 2 seconds.
Right.
Well, GG. Curious takes down another one. And Inori saying, wow, I can't believe that strategy didn't work. What?
I can believe that. Jeez.
That was something else, man. Wow. Weird.
Well, Curious. High fives all
I like
around.
his boots.
His what?
Boots.
Does he have...
I think he had boots on, man. That's what it looked like to me, at least.
I don't know. I don't own boots. Did you know that?
I own boots.
Do you have boots? Oh, yeah, you do. You have
I
those
have my
boots that
dwarven
make you look like a
boots.
dwarf, man. Artosis has dwarf boots.
That's right. They keep my feet warm in the winter.
He's always
I'm
like,
so proud to wear them.
One
Tasteless
thing you
makes
wouldn't
fun
want
of
to
me.
do is make a dwarf angry, and I'm like, shut up, Artosis, you're not a dwarf, man.
You know what, Tasteless? While you're walking around through puddles and having your feet freeze off during the wintertime, I'm walking around in my boots, warm as can be. So warm, my feet are sweating in the snow.
But it's summer, so I don't own any
Yeah,
boots,
I don't-
so it doesn't matter.
Well, you like throw your boots out every year? Like, well, it's getting
Sometimes
warm.
I go
You
over
don't
to
need
Artosis'
these.
house, and he's just in his underwear and boots, and I'm like, what's going on, Artosis? And he's like, just wearing my boots.
Yeah. I'm boot camping. I have like a tent up, playing some StarCraft.
There you go. That was a weird game.
That was the strangest game I've
I
ever
did not like
seen.
the Protoss strategy at all.
No, of course not. Because it
there
was
was a-
revolved around hiding a Nexus and then losing it when it was scouted despite making 5 cannons. What in the world was that strategy?
Well, I was just like, what is the concept that
you know what I
your
think
strategy
it was?
is hinged to that
All right.
allows it to work?
I'll let me summarize it just real quick.
Go ahead.
First off, what's your guess so I don't have to interrupt myself? What's your guess who's coming out?
Oh, right.
It's a hard one.
July.
I think the best fOu again.
Oh, wait,
Wait,
no.
It's FXO. I think
Oh, I'm
FXO
sorry.
the best
What am
is
I
coming
doing?
out.
I'm sorry.
Who do you think?
I'm sorry.
Real
I'm
quick,
sorry.
real quick.
I don't think it's the best. I think
Okay.
it's. I have no idea.
All right.
Choya, I guess again. I don't know.
All right, so I want to talk about the strategy a little bit.
Go.
I kind of see where he was going with it. He took the quick third and put cannons there because he did not care about minerals at all. All he wanted was a sick gas unit composition.
Right.
So he's filling his army with zealots. He was spending on cannons, just saying, you know what? All I need to do is mine as much gas as possible for as long as possible. I want High Templars. I want Void Rays. I want some Stalkers, some Archons, some Sentries, Colossi. That's all gas. You can get those
That
minerals
strategy
easily.
is only good on a map where you can turtle the entire game and you don't want to attack. Who's it going to be?
Choya?
Choya this time?
It is Choya, for reals.
For Risley.
All right.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
I'm like, are you going to troll us? People keep doing more and more elaborate trolls.
I know.
All right, so it is going to be Choya. I'm happy to see him come out. He's played a lot better recently. He's gotten a lot better.
From what we understand, he's been rapidly improving here.
Yeah, from the games I've seen,
And
definitely, man.
I can understand them bringing a Protoss out to take on a Zerg.
Sure. Why not?
Curious right now has got this nailed down for his team. They're halfway there, Artosis.
Yeah, and if Choya falls, I think they have to bring out Leenock. SC isn't there. I think you have to.
No, you have to bring out Leenock.
I think the next player is Leenock no matter what, and that's going to make it a lot easier for StarTale to choose their players.
Well, yeah, I mean, from there you just snipe out Leenock. Try to abuse stamina there. He's a younger player. Choya, he's got to do this, Artosis. There's just no way around it. He needs to win this game and probably the next one.
Yeah, you're
lot
quite
of
right there,
pressure.
Tasteless. It's hard to
We're
rely on
rocking
Leenock
out.
for everything.
Choya fOu.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I think Comtang isn't for you. You should be the guy that makes jingles.
I should.
It's like a toothpaste commercial to this music that Tasteless makes.
Toothpaste for you.
It's like, what?
All right, Curious. He also knows that his situation actually isn't, his role isn't complete in this situation, especially with the race dynamic here for these two teams. It would be perfect if he can just win this last game.
Oh,
I mean, it'd be ideal, obviously, if he wins both, but if he wins this next one, that's going to be so good. By the way, the map will be Metalopolis.
Metalopolis.
It's a great map.
Yeah, it's obviously an amazing map. I'm sad it's gone off the ladder. It's my favorite map to
I
ever
know,
get.
I love that
Except
map.
when it was close positions, and I'm like, why is this happening?
I'm Zerg and I'm near a Terran.
Or I'm Protoss and I'm near a Terran.
Or I'm Zerg and I'm near a Protoss.
Yeah,
See?
that too.
We're good at this.
And then they make a creep highway with Hydra Roach, and you're like, I'm Protoss and I'm near Zerg. Just more like, why would anyone play at these close positions?
Yeah, there's a certain distance you have to be in StarCraft 2 if you want the game to look like normal and fair.
If you want it to be a good game.
If you want it to be a good game, yeah. We're waiting for our player to go into the game. So, Artosis, you're looking mighty handsome today.
Thank you.
How do you do it?
Well, Tasteless, I'm a warlock. I cast spells of handsome +5 on myself.
Smart.
This blazer gives me an additional +2.
This is our special casting blazer we wear, so I can cast faster and better.
When I'm not wearing a blazer, I don't cast as well.
No, I
You
don't.
see me when I'm at home on my computer just trying to cast. I'm just like, and then I put my blazer on, and my girlfriend walks in, and I'm naked with a blazer on. And then things get really awkward.
Or things get really kinky. You know, it just depends, Artosis.
I make her put a blazer on, too.
Here, honey, please wear this, honey. It's got little frizzly things coming off it, so it's kind of girly. That's how you do it. It's what we're into. So,
don't judge me.
Don't judge me. Each guy's got his thing, you know?
Yeah.
Then you open up your ferret cage where things just get wild and crazy, Artosis.
Ow, my brain hurts. Well.
Everybody's brain hurts after what I said. I just trolled the entire internet.
I think you did.
Can I point out Wolf? I'd like to thank Wolf. He filled up our thermos.
That's your thermos. I never get water out of that.
This is my thermos. It's full of hot,
I wish you'd
warm
share,
liquids.
But you don't.
I would give you one. We had it.
Can I have some?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. He's going to share live on TV. Look at the puppy on my mug.
Like, what is that, Artosis? And I roofie this.
For no reason. Oh, my God.
Just to watch you all drugged up and stuff.
I, wake up in the morning. I'm like, what happened? I check Twitter. They're like, dude, you were crazy those last few games,
like, oh,
man.
my God, I don't know what I did. I just had some of that casting water. That's why when Artosis goes to the bathroom, he puts a napkin over his drink just to make sure he's safe. Be careful.
Yeah.
All right, he's in the game, so I don't think we're going to have to kill much more time. But I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
You want to kill some more time?
I want to kill some more time. I love killing time.
You know what makes time fly?
What? Having fun?
Throwing a clock out the window. We're going to watch on an airplane.
Remember our airplane ride back from MLG? That was fun. Until that stewardess was really mean to me, and I'm like, you know what? And I took my iPad and turned it off airplane mode and crashed the plane. Like, please taste the snow. Turn it back on airplane mode.
Well, Metalopolis is the map. Choya against So Curious. I wonder how it'll turn out. I don't know, though. The countdown has begun.
It's time for our fourth game. Choya, as usual, talking to himself in his booth to get himself in the zone. I respect that. We used to always say, oh, Choya's crazy, man. He should be playing that game with a dead cat in his lap. But no. He's actually ready. He's getting in the zone. And I do respect that. So we're going to go on to this fourth game here at the GSL Team League. Get ready for some more nerd badassery here at Golem TV.